Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about or doing a little bit of a reaction to the Transgender It's Ma'am video, the angry woman from GameStop in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Her name is Tiffany Moore. I've seen little clips of this video here and there, but I haven't seen the full, I think it's a 1.5-minute video. And I want to give you my honest opinion, my honest first-time reaction thoughts on this, because I've been asked several times. And so if you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch the video first so you know what we're talking about. It's going to be in the description below. But without further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, so I went to YouTube, where you are now, hopefully, or maybe wherever you're seeing this. I'm on YouTube. I put up this video, it's linked below. It is titled Trans Woman in Viral Video Claims Mistreatment at Albuquerque GameStop. Sorry, it's cut off there. But okay, so I'm gonna watch this on my phone real quick. It's 2.5 minutes long, so let's watch it. I may or may not fast forward through here.
Ma'am, once again, ma'am. I said both of you. No, you said sir. Once again, it's ma'am.
This video from right here in New Mexico is going viral online. A transgender woman losing her cool when she says an employee at an Albuquerque video game store called her sir instead of ma'am. The video has been viewed more than 1 million times on YouTube over the last 2 weeks. That's getting people talking. Lots of people have made fun of the woman for her outbursts.
Oh, I guess I'm watching a news interview, but let's go ahead and watch it anyways.
Now, only on 4, she's telling her side of the story to Kai Porter.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
There's the video
here
too.
Seen by millions. Tiffany Moore, a transgender woman who recently started her transition, yelling at an employee inside this Albuquerque GameStop. Moore says the cashier repeatedly called her sir instead of the gender pronoun she identifies with. While she was trying to return a game she bought for her son. Ma'am, once again, ma'am. I said both of you. No, you said sir. Once again, it's ma'am. I just said both of you guys. Right beforehand, you said sir. Sir? Okay. Take it outside. You want to call me sir again? I will show you sir.
See it right there. That's just gonna turn me off. Flipping out like that and taking something over.
I was so angry at that point because literally 5 or 6 times he called me sir and got me so human angry and I was cussing that.
The internet responding to the viral clip with memes like Superman, Aquaman, and Macho Man, Tranny Savage. Tranny is a slang term for transgender that many find offensive.
And really, guys, just stop getting offended by that. You're letting it become so derogatory.
But
Take the word from them. Take back the power.
Isn't letting the memes get to her. She's using her newfound viral fame to raise awareness about the
I was referring to the word
community,
tranny.
and she even wrote a song to get her message out there.
We're humans just like you. We're people just like you. We have kids. We have parents. We have brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins. We're just trying to live.
As for how Moore handled the situation inside the store with that expletive-filled outburst,
And yeah, I could have reacted a whole lot better. But you know what? I look back at it. If I could, I wouldn't change a single thing. I would do it 100,000 times again. I would kick over that display 100,000 times again because my actions were justified. I mean, it was blatant and malicious hate. It was blatant and malicious misgendering.
And we reached out to GameStop's corporate office for a statement. We'll let you know when we hear back. Kai Porter, KOB, Eyewitness News.
Okay, so I guess we got the interview as well. I want to watch this full video real quick and then I'll be right back. I'm going to put you through another one of that. Okay, Ms. Moore. This is what I have to say to you here. I don't know, maybe you are in your early stages of transitioning. I've been there myself at the beginning of hormones. I'm not looking forward to doing that again when I get back on them, is you're going to need to go through puberty, basically. Again, so I get how that can make you a little bit emotionally erratic. We've all been through puberty. Well, for the ones of us who have been through puberty, we've been there, we know how it is. However, look, a lot of you early transitioners or young transitioning people, because that's what I'm going to assume this is, so don't know. So You were rude to some of the patrons in there, and they could not see your face. You realize that even a cisgender woman who has a deep voice, if they can't see your face and all they hear is something that sounds masculine, they're going to gender you as a male, and you're flipping out, and they're asking you, there's children in here, can you calm down? Which really you should have been. You're in a store where there's a bunch of children, okay, who don't know anything about this. What the hell? You're fucking crazy at this point, is how you look. Why would anybody respect us? I commend that man for even trying to correct himself, because in the video he called you sir a few times. He wasn't, I don't think that it was blatant, malicious hatred or anything like that. You know, I hope this is not the kind of thing you said. It says that you were returning a video for your son, I guess, for after Christmas. I hope this isn't the kind of thing that you teach him. It's really wrong. Why would anybody respect us? I don't. If this is how we all act, I would not want to respect us either. You don't fight hate, if that's what you're saying that this is. You don't fight hate with hate. Going in there and knocking over a video display because he misgendered you. I mean, you know who you are, right? You know you're a woman. What does it matter if somebody is being that way? I mean, truly. You're not going to win everybody over. This gentleman probably has never met a transgender person in his life, because at this point in time, a majority of the country, yeah, they may have heard of us, but they have never met one, never had any dealings with one. So you need to chill the fuck out, okay? And let people warm up to us, but they're not going to warm up to that. That's not going to, you're not doing anything for us. Go and tell the LGBT community, and guess what I have to say? This person, this part of the LGBT community, I don't stand with you. That's wrong. And then to go on and do an interview, first of all, hun, why are you jumping all over the place? What is, like, what's up? A little something? I don't know. Maybe not. But you're, like, all over the place. If you're going to represent us, try and have some tact and some decorum about it, because you're all over the place. You're flipping out, saying that you would just do it again. I'm so sorry to everybody who sees this. We're not all like that. I would never do that. And I'm not going to say that being misgendered at the beginning of my transition, I guess I have to remember that I've been doing this for close to 15 years. And it does get on your nerves. Don't get me wrong, it really does. However, that gives you no right to go flipping out on people and knock shit over and cuss at everybody. I mean, really. I mean, yeah, I'm cussing now, but it's irritating. I mean, really. I'm sick of people representing our community like this. Same thing with the word tranny. Oh, get over it. It's just a word. It is literally just a word. Take it back. Take the word back. Give it your own kind of positive power to it, because then they can call you whatever they want, just like being gay a long time ago. Calling somebody the word gay was just so awful, just about as calling them an FAG. It's just a word. Really. Calm down. It's not that serious. The guy did. He misgendered you. And it hurts. It really does. And in America, I want y'all to know that. It hurts. But that guy did correct himself, especially there towards the end. He did say sir another time after you told him not to. Out of accident. Guess what? Unfortunately, we are still in a time where children are brought up and have been brought up over the last many decades to think a masculine feature of anything, and this goes not just for trans people, but when people see cisgender women, they might gender them as masculine, and not to discredit you as being a woman or being a trans woman. I mean, I myself have quite masculine features. I get misgendered a lot. Look at me. So with that being said, when some people who have no idea what trans is, and they may just think, oh, this is a drag queen, this is a gay guy who likes to really dress up. I'm not saying it's right, but that's what happens in those situations. Yes, you know, if he's not being aggressive, correct him and be like, oh, actually, I'm a trans woman, and I'd prefer if you would call me ma'am. Simple as that, not, yes, ma'am. I mean, really. There's no need for it. And that's the same thing I have to say for any of you young trans people who are, you know, experiencing this feeling where people are misgendering you. It feels awful. It does. I'm not gonna lie. It does. I've been there. But that doesn't give you, you said you were justified in what you did. You think being misgendered, when there's so much more at stake, like bathroom issues, whether we're going to have certain rights like other people will, you think being misgendered by somebody who wasn't trying to be hateful or malicious, if that is your idea of malicious hate, hun, it's not. Okay? It's not. It's not. I'm at awe about this. Like, really, I am. Again, people, we are not all like this. If you are going to treat people with respect, yeah, there's still going to be some people who are going to treat you like dirt. But for the most part, if you treat people with respect and kindness, they're going to give it back to you. Or at least they're going to be willing and attempt to. And that is something that I've learned, because I'm not going to say I didn't do... I've done some kind of similar things on a much smaller scale, like not flipping out, like knocking stuff over, but like the aggression and the anger. I've been similar in situations when I was younger, in the beginning of my transition. So that's why I'm like saying, maybe for everybody who doesn't know, maybe I'm guessing maybe that's where you were. I don't know for sure. I don't know you. I don't know your transition story. I don't have to. But I'm just gonna guess, because that tends to be a younger, earlier thing. It hurts. But it's not the end of the world, hun. You have to love and accept yourself and know that's who you are, regardless of what anybody else thinks. And truly, that's the only validation that you need, ever. Also, something I want to mention. You're complaining about misgendering him, but it's okay to misgender yourself. I don't get that. But that's how you're putting it. By saying, oh, let's step outside and I'll show you a real sir. So what? Are you a Mr. or Mrs. Potato Head now? You can just pop the gender markers on and off like it's nothing? How do you expect him to not respect you when you're like, you're interchanging them, but you don't want him to? Just a thought. I really hope that you get some help. I really hope that you sit back and educate yourself. This is the kind of thing that got our movement, and I truly feel this way, and actually these people that I'm about to mention, Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera, who were back in part of Stonewall for the LGBT movement way back in the day, in the 60s. And they continued to be a part of the movement for trans people. And they went back and forth because people saw them as... If you go back and you watch documentaries and stuff on them, you can see how extreme they were. Of course, they did suffer from other mental illnesses that attributed to how aggressive and extreme they were. But again, people were really awful back then. They're a lot better now than they were then. Not by much in some areas, but they are. But anyhow, that's what discredited them a lot. And as my grandma always said, you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. And it's true. And of course, she was talking about men and friends, but it's just about the same in my book, as far as this goes. You really would. Do you really expect somebody to respect you and do anything that you'd like. If you're being a bitch, I mean, really, straight up, you are being a psycho bitch. You need to dial it back. And if I were you, I would give this poor young man an apology for the way you treated him and offer him some knowledge on how it truly goes, not like that, and let him know that, I don't know, maybe you were having a bad day, maybe you were something else, maybe it has to do with your early transition, I don't know, maybe your hormones are off, get those checked, that can really attribute to some issues, or maybe that's just who you are, you have anger issues, but whatever it is, I would apologize to him, explain what happened, and grow from this, because these are teachable, learnable moments. They really are. So yeah, there you have it. That's my opinion. That's my advice. That's what I think should have happened. That's how I feel about it. Go ahead and let me know what you think in the comments about how you think it should have been handled. Do you think what she did was okay? Or, you think I'm wrong? I guess it's really the same question. What would you have done? What do you think should have been done? As always, much love, and see you next time.